We were told that those meetings got underway just a few moments ago. The US State Department is the location. It's hosting both Lebanon and Israel. The ambassadors who are based here in Washington, D.C. are taking part in those discussions, but facilitated by the United States. We're told that the US ambassador to Lebanon is acting as the facilitator. The US Secretary of State Marco Rubio is also involved in the background as well. And bear in mind that these are the first direct talks, we're told, between the two countries since 1993, so historic in its own right. We're also told that the aim of these is to produce open, direct and high-level discussions. The ambassadors spoke last week by phone. This is taking it a step further, meeting in person. Lots on the agenda, as you would imagine, including how to secure a ceasefire, looking at how to try and disarm Hezbollah, and also working on a longer-term peace agreement. All of that said, though, this is really just seen as a starting point. There are low expectations on the whole, really, that anything much will get done during today's discussions. No immediate deal, no breakthrough is expected, but the fact that they are now sitting down in those direct discussions for the first time in decades is in itself a very significant development.
Nick, we're going to be reporting from Lebanon in just a few moments, but first let me ask you about the chances of the United States taking part in new talks with Iran.
Well, Pakistan, as the mediator in all of this, is certainly pushing very hard for another round of talks. Some mixed signals, though, from the US. J.D. Vance, who was involved in those talks at the weekend in Islamabad, after those discussions said that the US had given its final and best offer, suggesting that there was no real room for negotiation or concessions going forward. But on Monday night, in an interview with Fox News, he said it was now down to whether the Iranians had enough flexibility, suggesting that the US could be open to more negotiations. Some reporting around suggesting that it could happen as early as Thursday, or potentially some point Friday, Saturday, Sunday into the weekend, or maybe next week if a date cannot be agreed in the next few days. And then there's a question of location. Islamabad could be the possible location, a return to those talks that we saw at the weekend, but also some suggestion that Europe might take them on, Geneva being the city where the US and Iran would sit down for round two. Donald Trump on Monday said that the right people in Iran want to make a deal, and there does seem to be some possibility for concessions, in particular around the amount of time there would be a suspension on nuclear activity in Iran. We're told that there are still discussions in the background before the next round of talks about how long that suspension could be. But the big thorn in the side of all of this is the Strait of Hormuz. That US naval blockade is now into day two. The Iranians are not happy. They're saying that that is a violation of sovereignty, and that could make it harder for the two sides to sit down for the second round of direct talks.